Everybody, we're going to write our g of x equation here, negative 9x squared plus 12x minus 4 in vertex form. Then we're going to name the vertex, axis of symmetry, and direction of opening. I'm also going to just sketch a rough draft of the sketch just to look at our vertex, axis of symmetry, and direction of opening. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is write this g of x as a y. I'm also going to add 4 to both sides of the equation. And then I'm going to factor out a negative 9. Now, so basically if I add 4 to both sides, there's going to be a 0 here. So I'm looking at negative 9x squared plus 12x. So if I divide both of these sides, by negative 9, that's going to give me x squared here. And for here, I'm going to get negative, and 12 divided by 9 is going to be 4/3. So write 4/3 x. All right. So now that I factored out that negative 9, I'm going to complete the square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my b part, which is negative 4/3, divide that by 2, and then square it. So let's do that part first. So this is going to be negative 4 divided by 3 divided by 2 is the same as negative 4/3 times 1/2. That gives me negative 2/3 squared. That gives me 4/9. So this here is going to equal 4/9. All right, so I have to add it to this side. However, when you're adding it to both sides of the equation, you have to consider that we're multiplying this by negative 9. So I'm going to write minus 9 times 4/9. All right, now let's take care of the left-hand side. So the 9's cancel, and basically what you get is y plus 4 minus 4. So that's going to be 0 equals negative 9, and all we're doing with this is condensing it. So we take half of our b. We already did that earlier, and half of our b was 2/3. So you put x minus 2/3 square. Again, all I'm doing is I'm taking my perfect square trinomial and condensing it. So if I wrote this out twice, I would get this back. All right, so that's that. Now we have y equals negative 9, x minus 2/3 square. If you want, you can put a plus 0 there. It's not necessary, but you can. All right, so that's going to be vertex equals, set this piece to 0. So that's going to be positive 2/3. And of course, your y here is 0. So this is actually your HK. All right. Therefore, your axis of symmetry is just your x part. So that's going to be x equals 2/3. In our case, it's your h part. Your y-intercept, I'm just going to sketch a graph. So basically, when x is 0, those will go away and your y will be negative 4. That's going to help us graph this. So here's your vertex, axis symmetry, and we also have our y-intercept. And again, I'm just sketching this to kind of give you an idea what it looks like. So we have, what was it? Positive, 2/3. So I'll put it about here, comma 0. Your y-intercept is negative 4. So basically, if we're over a little bit, then this will be over. Remember, your axis of symmetry is x equals 2/3. So right about there. Vertex is 2/3 comma 0. And your axis of symmetry is this line x equals 2/3. Also, we know the direction of opening is downward because that's negative. But you can really tell by your y-intercept. If this is your vertex, then you know it's going to open downward. So there's a rough sketch of just what it would look like. It's very narrow because of this -9. The bigger that number is, the more narrow it gets. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.